Tell me something. Are you in the habit of just walking into people's houses uninvited? Does that ever end poorly? I'd think most people would object to strangers rifling through their things. Of course, I am not most people. Come to think of it, it has been too long since I've enjoyed the conversation of strangers. Now that is the question, isn't it? I'm going to need time to figure that out. Which gives you plenty of time to get us some refreshments. Have you ever heard of the Realte Brocaire? It is a particularly rare vintage from the north. Why don't you travel to Lucky Mine and root around a bit? Find a bottle of the Realte Brocaire for us to share, and then we'll talk. You wish to know of me? I'm not that interesting, I promise. Once, Candrian was a small kingdom whose borders included the land of Akatha. The lords of Candrian ruled from a great keep to the southeast. Now it is little more than a dilapidated fortress looming over a run-down village south of here. The war has bled it dry. Not many choose to live upon the flooded plains of Akatha. Between the Tuatha and the Wild Fae, it is a place of little worth. Still, I like to call it home. I haven't tasted its sweet sorrow since I was a young warlord. Bring me a bottle and I'll tell you all about those long-forgotten days. Farewell. Ah, a bottle of the Realte Brocaire. This is going to treat me right. Yes, indeed. You've done me quite the boon fetching this, though I'll admit it leads me to outrageous wagers. For instance this. If you can complete 8 labors of my choosing, I shall give you the treasures of Erethel. It is rare I meet a stranger such as yourself, and I would like to take this opportunity to set things right. I assure you the reward will be well worth it. Excellent. Let's count the Realte Brocaire as the first of the 8 labors. Well done. Now, your next task. Take this letter to a man named Matix Dace in the village of Candrian to the south. That is all. He was once a kind man, good for a laugh or an encouraging word. When I kidnapped his sister, though, something inside him snapped, and I cannot blame him, of course. Matix Dace is the resident brewmaster of the Candrian Inn. He spent his entire life behind that bar. When you give him the letter, it's probably best if you don't mention me immediately. Let him figure things out for himself. Farewell.
you. He's the best tinkerer there is. Everywhere we go, people know him and line up to give him work. But Father never likes to stay in one place for long. I can always spot the faraway look he gets when he's ready to move on. Father has been teaching me to be a tinker, but I can't seem to get the hang of it. I think I'd like to be a scholar. Whenever we stop in Odessa, Father has to practically drag me out of the librarium. Creepy town. People disappearing in the night. Father insisted that we leave right away. It was awful. They were going to sell me to the Tuatha and send me to some place called the Keening. I've got to get back to Father. I don't know much, only that it's where the Tuatha were going to send us. I don't imagine it's a place I'd want to go. I'm returning to my father. You should talk to him too. I'm sure he'll reward you.
In need of healing, then? Well, on your way with you?
Hello again.
Oh, Julia's back. You did it! I can't thank you enough, stranger. Of course, any amount is insufficient to express my thanks, but please take this gold in payment. We'll be on our way then. Travel safely.
If his lordship's had his way, we'd be wearing a rut around Melagleer shouting, "Hey, stop that over the pikes while this villain bled us to death." You've earned this. Spend it well. Never saw a more drastic change in a gnome. When his daughter came back, he just about burst with joy. He even offered to help us get back to town. Quite a change from cursing and spitting at us. Good luck out there.
Think it's going to rain? Not that it matters. Me and my Cerebel have wandered far and wide, driven off by the war, driven back by rogues and scoundrels. This farm isn't as it was long ago. It's forgotten us. That's what it's done. Those were terrible times. What I'd like to know is why Tawilli's still an ugly scar, and the Forsaken Plains are worse. But here, you'd hardly know it happened. That's my pretty love. Don't know where I'd be without her. Right then.
You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if, well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. Mind you, I'm well aware that's just how Tyrann's Rest wants it. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome wanderers have I dreamed of seeing this again, and now at last we've returned. To think we once called them friends and neighbors. Am I right, Arik? When the war came and burned our farm, they turned their backs on the likes of us. Me and Arik here have come back to farm our land. We've been many years away, endured many a trial and hardship to return. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to leave, unless some miracle comes and... Why, Arik dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow, and the Adaris Hollow's not safe at all. Well, if the stories are true, Arik's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how he had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? There are all sorts of wild fae in there. Oh, but that wand would save us. Adaris Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how we'll thank you. Let us hope it is, or we'll have no choice but to leave once more. Well, you'll find the hollow due south, and the slope down from the bluff. For now.
For truly, my children, we are loved and blessed by Lyria. Lyria, goddess of fate, who holds the cards that spell our mortal lives. Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her displeasure.
Not a refugee, are you? Don't look it. No Fae, no refugees, not in Tyrion's Rest. I fought in Gallifore Plain and the War of Paris. Took a wound in Oriator's lance. I served my time, served with honor. They'd have done well to lead a pious life before the war. They think they can come crawling here for a second chance. But it's too late. The wheat has been parted from the chaff. There is nothing for them but to accept their fate as Lyria dealt it. Tuatha, summer, winter, it makes no difference. They're no friend of mortal kind. What do you expect of a thing with no grasp of morality, or honor, or death? I fought in the war, but Priestess Corellon is my general now. Without her guidance, every one of us will be huddled in tents like refugees. The Priestess guides, and I guard. She lights the path, and I keep a sharp eye for those that stray. Well?
Where would we be?
Greetings, traveler. I am the mayor of this village, its priestess, and its guiding light. Now tell me, child, are you also a follower of the goddess Lyria? Then you are most welcome here to the village of Tyrion's Rest. If you seek healing, I can aid you. The doors of our inn, trader, locksmith, and sanctuary are all gladly open to the weary visitor. By my Lady Lyria's grace, I have the power to heal and to cure. We must do what we can for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Mayra, our innkeep, takes donations for the cause. Why, Lyria is the goddess of magic and of all good, Alfar. Those who love and cleave to her will prosper, as we have done. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the two villages, Tyrion's Rest and Colne. When the Tuatha struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most. You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease my Lady of Fate. Aethiof's daughter, and the others who went to resettle there, showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. When the war brought Fae to our doors, there was but one righteous Almain, our own Aethiof. That is why we welcomed him and his willful daughter to our home. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. Bless you.
Arthur, Seeley, they're all the same.
Please, it's my daughter. She needs your help. Please, can't you help? I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. I'm a merchant originally of Culm, and I have seen my share of grief. It's the land that lies along the western edge of the Forian Strait. The coast bore the brunt of the Tuatha invasion 10 years ago. The village stood alone along the Tawili coast, overlooking the sea. It was one of the first places to fall when the Tuatha invaded. Culm has been abandoned for years, and it's a place best forgotten. Anella was determined to rebuild it, though. This is my adopted home. The people have been good to me here. But there is no use talking to them of certain things. I gave up trying long ago. Anala led a group of refugees to the town of Culm. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anela, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. It's been 10 years since we drove the Tuatha from these lands, and still the refugees are living in tents on the Forsaken Plain. They've talked of resettling Culm. Anela took up their cause and agreed to lead them there. Oh, it seems I have no choice. If you're willing to go, I'll give you what I can. You will? At last! Mitharu bless you, friend. Anela led the refugees to the ruins of Culm on the Tuwili coast. Look for her there. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. If she's dead... I know what Culm meant to her. She was just a child when we fled. But this is folly. Even though the Tuatha army is held inside Cluricon, small groups can sneak through the mountains and across the water. It's happened before. If the rumors are true, Anela and the refugees will be right in the path of any raiders. The ruins lie south of Rathia and the old battleground. If there's trouble, the settlers may have hidden, possibly in the village. My Anela, I'm so worried.
Welcome to Brad and Sergrin. What brings the likes of you to our peaceful little town? If it's trade, Aethiof and I are more than happy to have your business. My business partner, poor fellow. He's lost so much to the coast. Now his own daughter's gone back there. It'd be a risky venture to say it will end well. Trade is good. Not what you'll find in Rathir, to be sure. But please, have a look for yourself. Just an old merchant, enjoying a comfortable life in the countryside, although trade has been rather slow lately. We buried our things during the war. I left something I love, but with all the danger there, I won't go wading back. The priestess is quite a boon to our community. I don't know if we'd be so prosperous without her guidance. Oh yes, Lyria's blessing, our priestess calls it. We have good trade, good health, no violence, no crime. Why, not a soul's been thrown in the... Ah, Gwastel, you old fool. You never did know when to keep your mouth shut. No, I've said too much already. Now listen here, if I so much as breathe a word of the prisoner, Priestess Coralon will... Oh, but there I've gone again. Please, not a word of this to anyone. I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion's Rest is a lovely place, and what's done is done, and locked away and forgotten. I've said more than I should already. They'll be angry with me if they find out. Please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Come again. me daydreaming there. So sorry. Come again.
Welcome to Tyrion's Rest.
Here, Lyria's name is always on our lips. A prisoner? Who's been speaking such nonsense? We do have a jail, but it has sat empty for many years. This is not Rathir, or some Varani outpost. We bar Galafor from all refugees, and so have no need for it. Bless you, child.
anyone seen Candia lately? The hill across the way is called Beggar's Bluff because every month some fool refugee wanders in from the Western Plains.
Here's a valiant adventurer come to sleepy Tyrion's Rest. The war cheer you up and spit you out too? If not, it will. And you'll find yourself in some damn tavern, rotting behind a mug of ale. It's the sorry old remnant of the war. Not sorrier than those damn refugees, the poor sots. The war? Ha! The war's a grislier beast than these poor fools have dreamt of. Best not to talk of them in this village. Lyria doesn't love them, or so I've heard, and she's not the only one. It's a fine hill, if you like to sit and rot in your old age. That or praise Lyria's toes morn, noon and night. Orella won't be too happy about this. Well, I never said a word, but if you happen to wander down to Burren Cove, behind the jail itself, well, there might be sights to see. All right.
Well, a new face?
What?
Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. A room in the inn? Fire and luck. I have one to spare. Well, if you ever do, you need but ask. I hear the conditions in Cluricon are just wretched. My own son was there, gave his life for the cause. That's why I've taken up collection. Every coin goes to those poor soldiers across the water. Our goddess and protector, the Alfar's guiding light, it was her will we were spared the Fae sword 10 years back. As long as you're not a sodding Fae, you're most welcome here. High Priestess Tyrion made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? And what about them? I don't see what they're doing to fight the Fae. There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an olden keep? This purse is full of collections. Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust. If you want to know the truth of it, someone's been swiping from the collections. We don't know who, but I'm sure you weren't the one. Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. The sanctuary's crossed the bridge and down the path. The box is inside. You can't miss it. And keep your eyes sharp. A little thief has been taking from that box. Sometime in the dead of night, I imagine. Goodbye, then.
the collections.
I have heard someone's been stealing from the box. Can't imagine who.
Welcome, child. Pray for our Alpha soldiers across the water. Bless you.
Not Dill the White, nor the priestess. Have you come to laugh, or to beg me for oracles? It was he and the priestess who put me here. He returns from time to time, to sputter and gloat with his scarred thoughts. They brought me here to know the future, wanting riches, wanting luck. When I could give them none of those things, they spat and called me Tuatha and left. She saps the power from my limbs and uses it for her own. She is as the cypress, standing tall in a calm, yet bending in the slightest breeze. Nothing at all. I sit in reverie. I cannot stretch beyond the confines of this circle. Because the priestess and Nil the White put me here, and I cannot leave. It is a prison of powerful magic, the magic of the children of dust, magic that is strange to me. Yes, more than anything. But as you see, I cannot. There is the gate, which Nil the White can unlock with his key. And there is the circle, my true prison, which can be broken by words only the priestess herself knows. Is that why you have come? You'll need Nil's key to open this gate. The magic words of the priestess will release me from her circle.
what are you doing here? I'm just here for a midnight prayer. Ah, what's the use? You've caught me. Yes, I was stealing from the till. It's not as if those doomed sods off in Cluricon need this gold. Not half as much as where I'm putting it. Not in to drink, if that's what you're thinking. There's some wretches off in Forsaken Plain. They don't know it's me. Nobody does. But I leave gold for them when I can down by Snowmelt. Bloody least I can do. You fit right in here. Tyrion's bloody unrest. Well, go ahead then. When they hear all about it, they'll toss me in jail. Not half as bad as my time in the war, nor 1/10 as bad as those poor souls that sleep on the open plains. All right.
Pray for our Alpha soldiers across the water. Ah, Florian. I should have known. I will look into this. Thank you. Bless you.
Lyria, guide and protect.
Oh, I'm sorry. I almost didn't notice you. I'm making remarkable progress in my research. You see, I'm writing the definitive biography on General Oriator. I come from the far north. Although we are farther from the action, a war against the Alpha is a war against us all. The veteran, he has lapsed into drunkenness. He's of no use to my research, or any other way besides. Without his courage and tactical brilliance, we'd never have driven the Tuatha from the plains. He and General Varlin are why I've come here, to comb the old battlefields for clues of what happened. The first was the Battle of Gallifore Plain, then... Oh, don't get me started. Well, the Battle of Gallifore Plain was the first triumph pinned to Oriator's name. Then into Willy, the Dawn March, the War of Parries, Varlane's Gambit, and finally, Oriator's Stand. He died driving the Tuatha from Erethel. You might say she was the moon to Oriator's sun. Oh, I know some would take offense to my saying that. All the same, it's true. You shouldn't think all Loselfar are so devoted to Lyria. Where I come from, in the north, we take a much more balanced view.
Ah, and you're the one who caught the wayward drunk. I surely pray that Florian ponders what he's done, a thieving in our place of prayer. A room in the inn? Why, I think you'll find it lovely. A nicer spot to rest your weary bones, I can't imagine. And how do you find it? Is the bed soft enough? The view outside bright enough?
Refugees. Don't they know they don't belong? The Norreans are back. They shouldn't have come.
The Fae is a creature of utmost evil, an enemy of all that is good. May your stay in our town be blessed. I am sure I don't know what you are speaking of. Do what? Are you accusing a daughter of Lyria of... Do you know who I am? If you persist in speaking nonsense, I will ask you to leave Tyrann's Rest. I have nothing more to say to you. You are forgiven, as it is Lyria's nature to forgive. You, there. See that a guard keeps watch within my sanctuary. The Fae is a creature of utmost evil, an enemy of all that is good.
Filthy refugees.
Another fine day.
Lyria's light be upon.
Take the lesson of Coln. Those who ignore Lyria's will shall be swept away by her tempest.
My powers return. Benevolent child of dust, accept this gift. Find me among hill and dale. If you are hurt, I will heal you. First, I must leave this cave a little while, mortal, and renew myself with the land. I have not yet made up my mind what turn of seasons are due to him. I do not think they will be mild. The spell is cut like the tree's deep root. What power she took from me have ceased to flow.
Hold fast to Lyria, for she is the Oh, I know you are the one who freed that danger. Yes, danger. He came to me, cursed me. My powers are gone. I cannot heal or protect the people of my village. And then what he did to White Nil. The poor man. He is down in the cove now, crawling around like a mindless animal. That Fae stole my power, but what it did to Nil, what misery you've brought on our heads! Don't you dare! I will share from the collection with you. Will that keep you quiet? Even if I had my former powers, I would not waste them on you, you meddling ingrate.
Bereft of his senses after the Fae, he's gone down into the cove, and nothing I say will make him come out again.
There's a Fae in Galliford.
The priestess says Lyria spared Aethiof, but destroyed his faithless village.
Ah, yes. What can I do for you? Good day, then.
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere.
Gone. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the war sworn this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps? You have done me a good turn, Warsworn. Therefore, I am more than happy to share some of my considerable wisdom in the art of locks with you. One of my finest ideas. I built it precisely for times like these. Louts and fools! I could see they wanted blood, so I dove for my hiding place. And not a moment too soon. What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. I promised her. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. Oh, the original. Truly an ancient wonder. Surely the combined work of war-sworn craftsmen and luminaries of the Scholia Arcana. For Pledge Shield Finnan, yes. Now, if you will see yourself out, I have a mess to clean up. Whoever those ruffians were, good riddance.
What do you need today? Come see me again.
What can I do for you today, stranger? I'm happy to help. However I can. Take a look and let me know if you'd like. To purchase anything.
I've got supplies if you need them. Stick around.
Nice.
My thanks for dispatching those intruders.
My eyes burning. What did he do to them? What did he do? That Fae, his face, it pierced my eyes and into my head.
You should have seen what happened. A Fae came marching out and right up the hill. Heard the priestess shout and gasp. And then old Nil came running down mad as a hare. Don't know how you missed him go. It's what we've got for a prison here. Common cells off that way. They don't get much use. Hardly none at all. Then there's what lies beyond this door. Which is neither for you nor I to go poking about in. I'm paid to guard this cove, and that's what I do. No one enters, no one leaves. None but the good priestess, or old white Nil. Somehow the freeing of that Fae has weakened her powers. Don't think a soul said, but everyone knows. I heard she can't heal anymore. But the thing that's worst is that for the first time, she's aired. Now they all know she can. He's in there now, barking mad and less than half his wits left to him. As if he'd been possessed on the inside, poor soul. I imagine it's a fine enough village, if you don't mind some going on about Lyria, and you're not a refugee. Aye.
Tyrann.
Long as you're not a refugee.
Long as you're not a refugee.
Keep the peace in Tyrann's Rest.
Prison breaker. 'Tis done now. My powers are my own, and the balance of Galafor has been restored. I have shown White Nil the nature of his soul. It appears he could not accept it, and now he will forever be a prisoner of his own mind. My strength and powers are returned. If you are injured, it would please me to be of help. The years I spent within that cove were unending winter, yet my feet touched the soil of this vale, and that is what sustained me. This one is like a tree, whose bark holds strong, but is rotten in its heart. I did no more than show him the truth of his ways. Perhaps it is not evenly balanced. After all, he will die so soon, less than a century, and then the torments he suffers will fade away. The moment you broke her spell, the power she stole returned to me. Yes, she used it as I would have done, to heal and nurture and protect. Therefore I did not treat her with a heavy hand, as I did with Nil the White. There it goes.
Yes. What can I do for you? Good day, then.
The locksmith Pledgeshield Fennin, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy? We must confront her at once. Mori! Henry! Seize her! Pledgeshield Fennin's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this. What concerns me is whether anything else was stolen. It's not as if I've got an inventory of what's down there. Hardly fair to hold her accountable when my own key was stolen. Best to forgive and forget all around, I think. Ought to have worn the damn thing around my neck. Or station guards outside my quarters. Never thought it would come to that. Yes, yes indeed. The duty's yours. I think she will tell us what she knows.
Let old Shay down and you'll end up...
Willingly enough. Strange that. I never doubted Gwyn. I suppose the Castellan just wanted someone to blame. And there she was. Of all the damn pledge shields, I never would have guessed her. Right then.
There she is, right there. Don't know how she came to this. She was always a good fighter, and loyal enough. Right then.
I'll confess. I'm ready. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused, but I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. I knew they were stealing powerful things from that vault, but he said the Warsworn were refusing to use them in the war against the Fae, so we could keep getting paid to fight. I did. I saw what I wanted to see. His name is Elben Merok. I knew him from... but that does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tuwili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh. I knew Elben from a time before the Warsworn. When he first came to me, I wouldn't even speak to him. But he kept at it, telling lies, offering hope for an end to the war that has so troubled my heart. Brian was a mentor. He was my champion, and I betrayed him. My sister, my brother, all fought and died in Chloricon. I thought what I did would help end it, not let slip Niskaru and Dalantarth. Oh, what have I done? Stealing the key was the hardest part. Every moment, I was sure he would return and notice it missing. Once the original was returned and I had the copy, there was nothing to it. No one suspected quiet little Livia. That's what the mages in Brigand Hall called themselves? I've never heard the word before. In the army, as I said. The only place I've ever seen him is with his friends, where Tuwili joins Akatha.
She went willingly enough. Strange. Right then. Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merok character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. First, I will have her tend to that vault. High time it was cleaned and catalogued. After that, these mages call themselves Farlungi, right? I'd like to see what kind of footprints that name leaves behind. Did you see the look on her face when we seized her? Hard to tell if it was more fear or relief. Follow the trail, Warsworn. Someone copied that key and stole who knows how many artifacts from our vault. Go as far as you can to find them, and meet up with Gwyn in Rathir. For the army, help with the war. My gods!
Let old Shane down.
I saw you speaking with the vagrants on Beggar's Bluff. What lies have they told you? Why have you come this way? You must not. Lyria has cast them out. The very fact that they must debase our blessed valley with Fey sorcery proves it. Instead, you should bring the wand to me. Priestess Lorella will destroy it, and that will be an end to that. They'll be forced to go. Those heights across the Vale went by another name before the war. Now, because of the filthy refugees who wander in from the Western Plains, we call it Beggar's Bluff. Galafor has been sanctified and blessed by Lyria. Those who weathered her wrath unscathed are blessed as well. I will not deny the Nareens lived here once. I even played with Arak as a girl, but they have no place here anymore. Lyria did not shield them from the Tuatha. It was against her will that they remain. We are truly blessed that she is here to lead us. I'm fortunate she holds me in her closest confidence. Only to see those vagrants leave our land peacefully, nothing more. Fear not, you will be rewarded with gold as well as Lyria's grace.